Hey everyone, it's Laura here and welcome to another Saturday Stem Day video. So last week I didn't upload a Saturday Stem Day card and video because I wasn't feeling very well. Okay, so I'm starting out with some white Neenah cardstock and let's see. I'm going to cut it to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Then I'm going to grab my little craft sheet, or this is just like a page protector, but I like to use a craft sheet instead. So I'm going to use one of Simon System's stencils. And first I'm going to use the Falling Heart stencil. And I'm also going to grab my stamp set that I'll be using. So this is the Mama Elephant stamp set. No, this is a Honey Bunny stamp set, I mean from Mama Elephant. And I'm going to stamp 2 or maybe one or two like the bunnies. And then I'm going to stamp one of the sentiments. So I'm going to mask off the area where I'm going to have my stamp. My sentiment, I mean. Wow. I'm having trouble with speaking today, not sure why. Okay, so let's see which... Okay, so I decided to use the Best Friends Forever stamp. So I'm just going to... Let's see where I want it. I think that I will be stamping it over here. And then I will have 2 bunnies above the stamp, above the sentiment, I mean. So just like that, and then the sentiment. Okay, so now I have the piece. I just got a piece of this post-it tape, and I'm going to adhere it on the place where I want my sentiment to be. So it's just over here. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere my stencil onto my craft sheet. And I'm also using some post-it tape to do that. Okay, so I always use this lid of a container and I don't need it anymore, so I just use it to mix embossing paste with ink. And then I always clean it off immediately, so that's why it's still so clean. Okay, so first of all I'm going to swipe my ink pad onto my little plastic lid over here. And first of all I will be using Squeeze Lemonade Distress Ink by Tim Holtz. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to grab some of the embossing paste, and this is a translucent embossing paste from Wendy Vecchi. You could also use just regular white embossing paste for this, but I just decided to use the translucent paste today. Okay, so I'm also going to grab a piece of paper, and I'm going to use that as my scraper tool. Okay, so I'm going to take some of the embossing paste, and then I'm going to use my scraper tool to start mixing the paste and the ink together. Or no, I'm just going to use a cotton bud instead, just to mix the ink and the paste together. So I'm going to use my little piece of paper to spread the paste on my piece of cardstock. Okay, so I just scraped off all the excess. So now I'm going to throw this away. And then I'm just going to clean off this yellow embossing paste immediately. There we go. So the next color is Spice Marmalade, and this is also a color of distress ink. Okay, lovely. So I'm going to grab a new piece of white cardstock, and then again I'll be taking a little bit of embossing paste. And then I'm going to use a cotton bud to mix it all together. And then I'm going to scrape off the excess. Okay, so next up is picked raspberry. I'm going to spread the paste all over my piece of cardstock. Then up next is Mowed lawn. Okay, and then I have a couple of hearts left, so I'm going to use peacock feathers for that. Here. Okay, so everything is clean now. So now I'm going to stamp the bunnies on some white cardstock. And I'm going to use the Simon's Stamp Ultra Heavyweight cardstock in white. So I always use this cardstock for coloring with my Spectrum Noir markers. Because it's like really good and the color doesn't bleed through the paper, which is also a bonus. Okay, so I'm going to grab a piece of paper and then I'm going to take my stamps. So I'm going to stamp these two little bunnies. Okay, so I'm going to use Memento Tuxedo Black ink to stamp my image. Okay, so I let my ink dry for about 2 minutes and now I'm going to start coloring. As always, I'm going to speed up this part a little bit, but if you have any questions, then be sure to leave me a comment on my blog or here at YouTube, or you can also send me an email. Okay, so there we go. I'm all done coloring these little bunnies, so I'm going to set it aside to dry a little bit. And in the meantime, I'm going to work on the rest of the cards. So I'm going to be stamping my sentiments. Okay, so I just cut out the two little bunnies and now I'm going to adhere them both onto my card. And I'm going to use dimensional adhesive to do that. Or maybe I should just use regular adhesive. Okay. Oh, these are just so cute. don't you think? Okay, so I'm going to cut and score a standard size card out of some white Neenah cardstock. I'm going to adhere this piece onto my white cardstock, and I'm actually going to put adhesive all over the card instead of on the piece of cardstock with the bunnies on. I'm just going to add a little bit of glitter. Okay, so that finishes up this week's Saturday STEM Day card and video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back next week with a new Saturday STEM Day video. Bye!